Hello guys, once again, this is Matt. I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and today we have another video for you about some of the systems of countermeasures that we have in game right now, the flares and Chaff. Apparently the Chaff isn't working very well, but if it changes something in the next patch, I'll probably do another video. I'll probably do another video anyway because of the new missiles, the sky flashes and stuff. So yeah. Uh, basically the idea here is to test the Chaff and the flares and see what's the best way to avoid the missiles using them. First of all, we're going to check the Chaffs and then the flares later on. So yeah. Basically we have three types of semi-active missiles right now: the R-23, the Russian one, the AIM-7 Sparrow, and the R-530. Basically I tested them all, just the three of them, because they are the main missiles. Here we can see the normal operation of a semi-active missile. You lock, maintain the lock, and the target explodes after launching. And here we can see the effects that a target running away from you can have on the missile. I mean, my friend over there is just 4 kilometers away from me, but the missile just cannot get the target. So most of the missiles do that. So yeah. So basically the Chaff is made for breaking the lock that you have on the target, but sometimes it's kind of weird the way it works on War Thunder. It doesn't break the lock, it just makes you lock on the Chaff itself. But as the example shows, the R-23 specifically doesn't give a shit about the Chaff. Basically you lost the lock on the aircraft, you get the lock on the Chaff, but the missile still tries to get to the aircraft. So basically it always tries to get to the aircraft if you maintain the lock on the Chaff itself, which is kinda weird. Here we have the normal operation of the Sparrow. So as the same as the R-23, has a little bit more performance, and the Phantoms normally carry 4 of them. But here we can see the same thing happens in the Sparrow from the front. So you maintain the lock on the Chaff, which doesn't make any sense, it's like a bug, but the target does just get annihilated by the Sparrow. So here's another example. If you see closely, the target dumps the Chaff, the radar locks on the Chaff, which already doesn't make any sense, but the missile continues to the target and hit the target. So yeah, it's kind of a bug, but sometimes another thing happens when you're following a target. So the Chaff can actually detonate the proximity fuse. So yeah, and sometimes the missile goes to the Chaff itself. So it's kind of weird. And here we have the 530 on the Mirage, which is even more weird. It just goes for the Chaff every time. As you can see, a normal operation of the missile, but then with the Chaff, it always goes to the Chaff. I don't know why, but the Sparrow sometimes, the R-23 always goes for the aircraft, and the 530 always goes for the Chaff. So basically each missile has a different way to deal with Chaff. All of them doesn't make any sense, but anyway, it's how it's programmed in War Thunder. So yeah. And here we have a tactic that I use normally. My friend over there is trying to break my lock every time I get him. So you periodically just release some Chaff, and it's really hard to get the good lock on them. A good lock on the aircraft. So it's a way to use the Chaff. Basically you can try to spam it out a little bit if the missile is coming, but it kinda doesn't work very well depending on the missile. It really depends on the missile, as you guys saw. So it's kinda weird. So try to just use periodically, and if you're being shot, anything goes, right? So try to spam it and try to maneuver around a lot to get away from the missile. So yeah guys, and let's see the IR missiles and the flares. So basically the idea here is to show the differences between using just the afterburner and turning. against the R60, the MatAWG, and the M9. First of all, just using the afterburner, as I said. So 2 kilometers and 1 kilometer. As you see, it's not very effective against the MatAWG right now. I always turn to the left or to the right and then downwards so that I can make a two-turn turn, so that I can make the missile just waste a lot of energy. As you can see, the M9 is the one that is it's really not that good against just turning, basically, which is weird. Here we have the without the afterburner and just turning. So yeah, the R60, as you can see, 2 kilometers and basically 1 kilometer. The MatAWG always get us at 2 kilometers, so the MatAWG is basically the best missile in the game. The M9, I mean, I crashed it, but yeah, the M9 kinda always, I mean, this one actually hit me, but the M9 is the worst one, so yeah. And here we can see the periodically launched flares. So with the R60, it works very well at longer ranges. At closer ranges, not so much. Against the MatAWGs, just doesn't work. 2 kilometers or 1 kilometer just doesn't work. And against the M9, as always, the M9 is the worst missile. So yeah, it just the turning makes the missile go away. Here we have spamming out the flares. As you can see, it works well with the R60 as well. Both at 1 kilometer and 2 kilometer ranges. Against the MatAWG, it works 2 kilometers, and against 1 kilometer kinda works. Sometimes you can get killed too. Against the M9, of course, the M9 is just the worst missile. As you can see, it doesn't turn very well, and I mean, basically just a not very good missile in general right now. So and for the all aspect missiles of the game, I tried every single one of them that could be used as an all aspect. So the real all aspect of them is the R23. He shot my missile there, which is very weird. But yeah, the R23T is the best. It's the only all aspect missile. Sometimes you can get kills with the R60 or the MatAWG, but the target has to be a little bit on the side. I'm using against a Phantom, which is basically the most producing heat aircraft, you know. So even if you dump flares, as you can see in the last clip, the missile has such a big proximity fuse that you can actually just get killed just because of the flares. So yeah, basically a very good missile, the R23T. Here we are trying to use the R60. As you can see, just in general, don't use flares on a head-on, like always, because it helps the enemy. Side aspect shot, kind of front aspect, the R60 and the MatAWG can work. Here we have the 530. As you can see, I cannot have a lock until like half a kilometer, which is not enough. So don't fire flares going on a head-on, okay? It doesn't help. Only if you're getting shot. If you already is being shot, then okay, but before that, no. Here we have the MatAWGs. Same. If you had fired some flares, the missile would go to him. So yeah. And side aspect shot. So basically, they're kinda easier to evade with the flares if they are in a side aspect or a head-on with the R23. So yeah, basically the idea here, guys, is to show that it depends on the missile, it depends on the target, it depends on the speed, it depends on a lot of things basically. So basically when you are getting shot from a long distance, try to periodically release the flares in Chaff. If you're getting shot very closely, it's probably, if it's not an R60, it's probably a better idea just to spam it out. As you can see, as you saw, actually the MatAWG is the best missile in the game. The M9 and the R60 are pretty bad when you spam it out the flares. So the only one that got me actually was the Magic, which makes sense. It's the newest missile. I mean, it's from 1976, I think, or something. I have to check it, but anyway, it's like very, very modern missile if you compare to the R60 and the especially with the M9. So yeah. So basically that's it, guys. I mean, I hope you guys found this video very productive and informative. You see that not always periodically releasing flares is the best option. Sometimes spamming is the best option. So the myth that the periodically released missile flares are always better, it's just a myth. You have to learn by yourself, and just it depends always on your aircraft that you're using. I use the MiG-21 base because it's kind of a middle ground between a lot of heat produced in the engine and not that much heat, as in the Phantom and other aircraft. So yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you like the video, click the like button, and see the other videos that I have in the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you next time.